McFadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping us now on BBC Radio Sussex with Danny Pike in the morning. It's 28 minutes past 9. Now let's bring you an update on plans to house up to 600 male asylum seekers at the Crowborough Training Camp later this month. There was another big protest about the Home Office plans last Sunday. Another's planned for this weekend, and it's fair to say tempers are flying high.
The number one thing here is national security. That's what we voted for.
Well, there were two developments yesterday. First, councillors on Wealdon District Council, in a joint control of the Lib Dems and the Greens, voted to formally oppose the plans. Here's the Lib Dem leader of the council, James Partridge.
The only way of stopping it is by challenging it in the courts or possibly by using planning procedures.
So Wealdon District Council formally opposing those plans. Unfortunately, James couldn't speak to us this morning because of prior commitments, but says the Home Office proposals are not in the interest of the people of Crowborough or of asylum seekers, and they should be opposed. The second development was the Conservative MP for Sussex Weald, Nusrat Ghani, met with a minister at the Home Office and joins us now. Nusrat Ghani, morning to you.
Good morning, and your introductory music was apt. There ain't no stopping us now, because with the community we'll do everything that we can to continue to put pressure on the District Council to take legal challenges against the Home Office, where they've been woefully slow. And having a meeting yesterday that they may or may not take action isn't good enough. They know that they can, and they now just got to get on with it and start challenging the Home Office.
So did you make any progress? You met the Minister, Alex Norris, the Home Office person, Alex Norris. What happened?
So we met with the Minister to get some clarity on how they will be applying their legislative authority, as it were, in enabling the asylum seekers to be housed in Crowborough. Because one of the challenges that the Home Office has and the Wealdon District Council can use to challenge them legally is that the site has to be safe, legal and compliant. And no one has been able to evidence to us that it is. And the Home Office, and the Minister made it clear again yesterday, are not being sufficiently challenged by Wealdon District Council. So they're moving along at their plans at pace. We were able to secure a meeting. I was there with community representatives from Crowborough to once again remind the Home Office that we ain't going to make this easy for them until they can actually show us assessments that the site is safe, legal and compliant. We will do everything that we can to prevent this happening, because the site either is or it isn't. And it wasn't before, and it isn't yet. And right. I know that the community through Crowborough Shield are also raising funds to take legal action. But the reason why we're having these meetings directly with the Minister is because Wealdon District Council, until yesterday, for God's sake, hasn't even decided what it's going to be doing. And the Home Office will just move at a thunderous speed unless you are forensic in assessing their assumptions and their assessments and using every power that you have. Fundamentally, as a planning authority, Wealdon District Council can use planning law to delay or deny them the opportunity to do what they want to do.
Well, if I remember rightly, the original plan was to move asylum seekers in by the end of November. Here's the news. On Monday week, it's December the 1st. So this could happen in the next sort of 10 days or so before any of this comes into play, before any sort of resistance can be put up.
So this is what's so disappointing about Wealdon District Council. They have had months, let alone weeks. They say that they've had 2 KCs working with them. Then in yesterday's meeting, I think Councillor James Partridge said that they hadn't received any formal written advice. I've never come across a barrister or a KC that hasn't wanted to do work because they get paid by the hour, right? And for them not to have had the evidence in by now. But you're right. One of the questions that we asked the Home Office Minister was, what is the minimum amount of time notice that you'll have to give to Wealdon District Council? Because we have heard from other councils up in other countries that have been fighting the same sort of issues, that the minimum amount of time can be stretched to 7 to 14 days through stop notices and letters before action, which the Wealdon District Council has not done. And one of our concerns as myself and my neighbouring MPs and the local community is that this could be done very quickly with little no notice to us, just to the District Council. And this is why there's so much frustration locally that the lead planning authority just hasn't stepped in to raise the appropriate challenges. Now, look, I'm going to put my hands up. The Home Office are a huge, huge department, and they can use language, and they can be, quite, we're going to get this done. And it takes a huge amount of work for a council to manage that relationship. But unfortunately, Wealdon District Council, because of its leadership's political attitudes towards asylum seekers and how they think the Crowborough Training Camp could be used has just enabled the Home Office the time and space to crack on with their plans, whereas everybody should be doing everything within their power to scrutinise every step of the process. And what's on our side when it comes to Crowborough is not an army camp, it's a training camp, and it was previously rejected on the grounds that it wasn't safe, legal and compliant, let alone its impact on the environment. Under planning, there are lots and lots of ways that the council can raise challenges. They may seem minor, but they give the local authority, Walton District Council, time to make sure all the assessments are right, and if they're not right, to challenge the Home Office. And this is the problem that we have. We've got a council that just isn't standing up, and it's taking so long to do anything, and it makes a decision one day and then decides to make another decision on another day.
Well, when they formally put their plans together, let's hope they come on and tell us about that. And in the meantime, I know I've got to let you go, but appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Nusrat Ghani, the Conservative MP for Sussex, will